Hello everyone, welcome to India First, the voice of unwavering patriotism, fearless truth, and uncompromising nationalism. Today, we expose one of the biggest threats to India's democracy, foreign interference in our elections. Recent revelation suggests that US aid under the Biden administration has been used as a tool to manipulate India's democratic process. The goal to weaken India's leadership, remove Prime Minister Modi, and install a government that is more submissive to foreign interests. At India First, we stand for truth, sovereignty, and the power of the Indian people. We believe that India's future must be decided by Indians, not by foreign governments, deep state operatives, or compromised politicians. Stay tuned as we unveil the shocking details of how Western forces, along with internal collaborators, are trying to hijack India's democracy. And more importantly, what we, the people of India, must do fight back. Reports suggest that USAID funds have been funneled into India's media, NGOs, and even political ecosystems to control narratives, fund anti-government campaigns, and ultimately influence voters' behavior. USAID is often presented as a humanitarian agency, but history tells us that it has frequently been used as a tool for American geopolitical influence. The same playbook was seen in Latin America, the Middle East, and Eastern Europe, where pro-sovereignty governments were either destabilized or replaced with pro-Western regimes. And now India seems to be their next target. In recent statements, PM Modi has openly accused Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party of working with foreign powers to undermine India's sovereignty. The allegation suggests that Congress is receiving financial support from anti-India forces that wish to see a weaker India government. Foreign-backed media outlets and NGOs are amplifying anti-government propaganda, influencing public perception ahead of elections. Journalists are allegedly being bought using USAID funds to spread narratives that weaken national unity. If true, this is not just an attack on Modi, it is an attack on India's democracy and its people. Many analysts believe that the so-called American deep state, a network of unelected bureaucrats, intelligence agencies, and allied policymakers, plays a key role in these strategies. Why would they want Modi out? There are many reasons for this. The first is Modi's independent foreign policy. Under Modi, India has refused to be a puppet of the West. He has strengthened India's ties with Russia, the Middle East, and other non-Western allies, which threatens American dominance. His policies prioritize self-reliance, reducing dependence on Western economies. Second, economic and trade interest. A strong independent India is a competitor to Western economies. By installing a weaker government, Western cooperation could gain more control over India's market and resources. Third, strategic control in Asia. The US sees India as a counterbalance to China, but does not want an India that is too powerful. A weaker Indian government would mean greater American influence over India's defense, trade, and diplomatic decisions. This is why Washington, through USAID and other secretive channels, is allegedly pushing for regime change in India. One of the most alarming aspects of this interference is the weaponization of Indian media and NGOs. Several foreign-funded media houses have been accused of running anti-Modi narratives consistently. Some NGOs receiving USAID grants have been caught influencing public discourse under the guise of social justice and democratic values. Allegations suggest that certain journalists have been compromised, effectively turning them into mouthpieces for Western propaganda. This is how the game is played. It is not an open war. It's a psychological war. The goal is to manipulate the minds of Indian voters into believing that their elected government is incompetent and that foreign-backed alternatives are better. BJP and other nationalists have been direct in exposing Rahul Gandhi's questionable connections with foreign powers. Congress leaders have frequently held secretive meetings with foreign diplomats and entities known for interfering in other nations' politics. Repeated narratives that align with Western criticisms of India, from democracy in danger to press freedom under threat, failed to condemn or address foreign funding allegations, raising questions about their true loyalties. While Modi has always stood firm against Western pressure, Rahul Gandhi has portrayed himself as a globalist leader who aligned more with Western interests than with India's sovereignty. If Congress is indeed colluding with foreign powers to regain power, then this is not just a political rivalry. It is a direct betrayal of India's independence. What can Indians do? As citizens of a proud and independent nation, we must stay informed, recognize propaganda and question narratives that come from foreign funded media. Second, expose and resist foreign interference. Demand transparency regarding political funding and foreign influence. Third, support leaders who prioritize India's sovereignty. Regardless of political ideology, we must choose leaders who put India first. Number 4. Hold media and NGOs accountable. Demand investigations into the funding sources of organizations pushing anti-India rhetoric. India stands at a crucial crossroad. We are no longer just fighting a political battle. We are fighting a battle for our sovereignty. Foreign interference, whether through USAID, deep state networks, or compromised political parties, threatens to reverse India's progress and make us dependent on Western powers once again. The only way to defeat these forces is through unity, awareness, and a firm belief that India's destiny should be shaped by its own people, not by foreign puppeteers sitting in Washington or elsewhere. This is not just Modi's fight, this is India's fight. We must stand strong, expose the truth, and ensure that no foreign power can ever dictate India's future again. That's all for today on India First. Stay aware, stay informed, and always put the nation's interests first.